Good morning, everyone. I'm back now for Monday Musings. I'm sorry about last week, just had some things that got in the way. And today, I'm going to show you how to make a really fast gift with very, very little to no expense. So we all have these things in our stash that either we bought thinking we would get to do, or that someone bought for us and we didn't have an idea for, that have just accumulated there, and they're kind of outdated. Well, this is one of mine. I've had it for at least 10 years, and it's very outdated. And I thought, I need to do something with this. So here's what I decided to do. I'm going to take some of Tim Holtz's black soot paint. Turn that around. There. Of course, again, with the reverse camera, all the writing, is like mirror effect backwards. So I'm just going to squeeze and apply it with my dabber top on all these edges. Like so. And it's okay if we get some, on the sides. We don't have to be perfect with this, but sides is not where I need the paint to be. And I'm just going to put it, all in all these little places. And there's going to be places where oops, there went the camera. There's going to be places where this dabber top won't fit, right? So let me just real quickly get the places that it will fit. I'm using the Tim Holtz paint primarily because it has the dabber top, and because when it dries really hard, and you can use it on any surface, so I don't have to prepare this wood first. I don't have to spend time sealing it. Okay, so then I'm just going to, got some all over my fingers. Let me grab a baby wipe, because I think I just got some on my nose when I scratched. Okay. Anyhow, so what I'm going to do is I have a little piece of old craft sheet here, and I cut it all up, and I use it for the dirty, messy stuff, so that I don't really have to clean my larger sheet as much. So I'm just going to dab a whole lot of this out on that sheet. I'm going to take a brush that I really don't care anything about, an really old scruffy brush. I'm going to dampen it, and then I'm just going to take this old brush, and I'm going to put this paint into all those places where it didn't fit, the dabber didn't fit, and I'm going to paint all of my edges. This is, I would say, maybe the hardest part. The longest part is getting in all these little places. And I'm not going to make you watch me do that. And kind of have to replenish your paint puddle quite a bit. But that's okay, because if you put out too much at one time, it's going to dry, it's going to air dry, and then you're going to end up wasting your paint. So, that's probably the way you should do it, is just a little bit at a time anyway. Okay, got that little tiny piece in there, and this is why you want to use a brush you don't care about, because got any of these little tiny places you got to smash your brush into, then you want it to be a brush you don't care about ruining. Okay, I'm going to do this part really quickly, and then we'll move on to the next part of our project. Okay, so here's what we have now, with all of the inside edges got the black paint on them, and all of the outside too. And you want to make sure that you haven't skipped any places, that you don't have any tiny little spots in there that are going to show, because it's so much easier to fix it now than it will be later. And I just saw a little spot right in one of those little areas. Okay, so you want to do a really good inspection. Oh, one more. Just places where my brush was starting to run dry, and since it's rough and unfinished in there, just didn't quite get complete coverage. So you want to make sure that you've got that. Well, there's several places now that I'm looking. Okay, so you want to, this is a really important step here before you move on to the next one. So next what we're going to do is, you know, we all have, or if any of us are paper crafters, we have some scraps of discontinued ranges that we used, you know, a bunch, but we still have some, but because it's nice paper, you just can't bring yourself to throw it away. Or if you're not a paper crafter, you can very cheaply go and get a sheet or two of paper that you like, and that will cover this project. And you know, that's an expense that's under $1. But if you already have it, then you don't have to pay anything for it. You just go to your stash or to your scraps area. And I have some graphic 45 paper in the typography range. So, and I have a whole bunch of these scraps left over from last year when I made a tray gift with this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use DecoArt's Decoupage medium, the matte version. So I'm just going to pour some of this out on to that little piece of craft sheet, and then I'm going to get another brush. I'm going to use a flat brush this time that's got some area on it, about 3/4. You don't want anything bigger really than that unless you've got a bigger surface, but my surfaces are kind of small. So I'm going to apply some of this there. I'm just going to do this in small areas at a time, and then I'm going to take my sheets of paper and I'm just going to tear them up, and I'm going to place them on here. Now with this, this is a small area, so I'm going to have to tear them into really small pieces. And I'm just going to place them right here on my surface. Now I'll put a little bit of more on here, and I'm just going to collage these pieces all over my area. Just butt them up against each other, overlap. When you overlap though, understand that you need to use more medium onto the paper that you're overlapping onto. And I'm just taking these little pieces that I just couldn't make myself throw away. And putting them on here. Now once I lay them down on here, then I'm going to go right back over top of them with my decoupage medium. To glue it in place. I have pieces hanging off. But when this is completely dry, I'm just going to take a craft knife or a pair of really small scissors that I have like this, and I'm going to trim those pieces off. I'm also going to take some jet archival ink, jet black archival ink, and put it on an applicator, and then I'm going to go over the top of this to darken up these edges where I tore the paper. I like those edges, but you know, you don't want them to stay white. You want them to blend in. So I'm going to continue doing this, and I'm going to do it on both sides. And I will show you a picture when I'm finished. And I hope you like my idea as much as I do. And find something in your stash and make it over. Make it into something that you want to use and you want or that you want to give as a gift. And I think you'll have fun. And this is a good project for some of your older kids at home. Older, I mean, I think anybody that is maybe 6 or 7 years old can handle a project like this. I do, because it's not rocket science, and it's pretty easy, and it's pretty fun. So I hope that you all have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.